8. Oh, what's up? I start the stream and I get 10 seconds later I get a notification on the iPad. Japanese printmaking has started streaming. I don't know where it came from. Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. Okay, you can see what we're up to this morning. Be another quiet stream today, mostly just tracing here. I'm not sure if I can finish this, perhaps not. The hair itself is going to take quite a bit of time. So. Anyway, let's get started. Good morning, gang. Hello, 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 everybody. Mornings, all the way down. It's another very, very, very hot day in Asakusa here. The typhoon adventure is over. We're now back to a hot summer. That last typhoon was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. I've been here, maybe 30, 35 years or something now. I've never seen a typhoon like the one we just had. Totally irrational, upside down, backwards, it looped the loop. When you see the path of the typhoon, it looks like some drunken flight path. We don't know what the next one will be. It's just at the beginning of typhoon season now, so there's lots more on the way pretty soon. We're still working on the body of the hair here. I'm going to do the edge, the last little hairs. We'll save that for the last. quite a bit of roughness in the original in some of these places, how much to fix and how much to leave. Oops. Much of the question, the super fine hairlines that lead into the face. Will you attempt to carve them as is? The thinner hair's already been carved. It's on the key block. I don't know if you can see there's two layers. There's dark hairs, which we're doing now, and there's light grey hair. They're on the key block. They've been done. They're on a Twitch stream. They've been done long ago. And I carved them as is. I just reproduced exactly what I saw. And these next ones, the black ones, I'm still not sure. That's why I'm delaying on this. These ones, what they've done here is they've just carved thicker black lines that don't match the ones below. It's basically 1 for 2, 1 for 2. It's almost double each one. And if we were trying to show off here, maybe what we could do is we could try and carve finer hair here and try and match 1 for 1 the smaller ones. That's why I'm sort of delaying on this. I haven't decided what to do. It would make it much more difficult to print, you know, because it's going to be thick, rich black, and if you make the hair too fine and too small, it gets very difficult to print. So I'm not sure. I'm kind of delaying on this. I'm not procrastinating, I'm just sort of putting off the decision. You know, the original book was so small. The original book was so small, it didn't make sense to try and match them one by one. They did that sometimes with beautiful large Ukiyo Beijing prints. But in a book page, no. But we're making this thing as an enlargement, so it might make sense to do that. It's also a question of how hard and dense the wood is, you know. I'll have to look at it and see. I found a really good hard piece for the main key block. I'm not quite sure how dense the back side is. Sorry about ignoring the stream here, excuse me. What have we got here? Yeah, the video's on a lot of flights at the moment. We're aware that it's on KLM, Air France, Cathay Pacific, Vanilla Air, Delta Airlines still, I believe. I don't know how long those contracts run for, but it seems to be on a bunch of airlines for quite a long time. It's helping us a great deal. Lots and lots of people have been in the shop this past few weeks / months who have seen the video, who have seen the movie on an airplane. It's really, really helped our business hugely. The movie makers themselves aren't cooperating with us in any way whatsoever. They don't let us know about the movie. We don't even have a copy of it. But it doesn't matter. The movie itself has helped our business tremendously. So. No idea where it's going from here. People keep asking us where they can see it, and we really don't know ourselves. So. At some point, it'll probably get a wider distribution on Netflix globally or something. I don't know. And our contract with them has run out. We're open now to the idea of having somebody else look at our work. There's another nibble. It wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. There was a young lady here. She was one of the, I don't know, director. I don't know what her function was. She was one of the people involved in an NHK TV program on us a year or so ago. They came here. The Tokyo 2020 hour. She was one of the people in the background helping make it. And time's gone by, and I guess she came in 2 days ago to chat with me. She said there's one of the groups or something at NHK has put out a call for proposals to a number of the companies that make TV programs. She didn't work for NHK herself. She works for a company that makes TV programs and distributes them up to the networks. Anyway, she said there was a call for proposals out from NHK for some kind of programs related to foreigners here in Japan doing stuff again. It seems to be a never-ending popular theme for the TV people. So she came around to see me and to chat and to find out what was new and what was going on and if there was any ideas about this. So there's nothing of course decided at all, anything. She was just here to chat and scout out to see what ideas might be around. And in the course of the chatting, she was chatting with me for a couple of hours during the afternoon. In the course of the chatting, somehow, I think she heard me talking to another one of the customers about Twitch. So when I was finished talking to the customer, she asked me, what do you mean Twitch? What's that? So I explained it, what we're doing. And her eyes just lit up. This was something new and interesting. So she said she's going to try and follow this. So she may be here now watching. She was probably here yesterday watching to try and understand how this is all working and stuff. So who knows? We'll see what comes of it. Again, as I said, nothing definite at all, just a vague concept of a proposal. But perhaps they'll do a program on our Twitchability or something, the fact that we're using this modern thing to showcase the old traditional crafts. And that seems to be something they find important. So who knows? Maybe there will be a program coming up about these streams. No idea. As I said, nothing to get excited about. It's just an idea on the horizon. So who knows, if it goes the right way, maybe you guys can be helping me make an NHK TV program. In a few months, we'll see. How did Dave find Twitch? I don't remember. I really don't remember. I'm not a gamer. I don't do gaming. I think I would have almost just seen some story about it in the media. I don't know. I don't remember. And it's sort of my job to keep our business as current, is that the right word? As current as I can. So once I heard about this platform, the next step to giving it a try, that was easy. But it did require an investment. I had to go out, there's no way for me to get the video easily into my Mac, so I had to make an investment. I went out and bought an interface card, so a few $100. So I spent a few $100 to get started on Twitch. And it's been fun. The biggest advantage, is that it keeps me at the desk. And we've talked about this before, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for me. Meaning that, because there's so many jobs competing for my attention, I make my list every morning when I get up and I'm having breakfast. I've got my little list of things I'm supposed to do today. And always on the list there is, physical production, carving or tracing or whatever it is. But because of all the other demands, the firefighting, the stuff that comes in, a package arrives in the mail like yesterday, and it's a block from our carver Kawasaki-san in Kobe. If we don't do the color separations on that block, she can't keep going with her work. So my other jobs have to be put aside while I do that. And that sort of thing just goes on every day, all day. Stuff comes in, stuff I have to do, because if I don't, the other workers can't continue. So it was killing me. It was absolutely killing me. I wasn't getting anything done as far as production-wise. But now that we've got this schedule, 8 o'clock in the morning, I have to be in this seat, on one of my seats, doing physical work. And that's become one of the things that can't be pushed aside by other jobs. So it always bubbles to the top of the daily list, So for me, being on Twitch, the number one benefit is that I always get work done every day, production work done every day. So it's the chain that changed me to this desk is the main thing for me for being on Twitch. Apple ID verification, go away. I'm not catching much of the stream. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, you wish I rotated the schedule. I know that's really a tough one for me. Keeping it on this schedule is what does it for me. Every day, 8 o'clock, the shop is not open. There's nobody here. It's really got to be this time. I can't do it one day at 9 o'clock, next day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next day at some other time. I get it that for people it's not convenient in different time zones, but I really have no choice. I'm sorry. In the early days for me twitching, we did an evening stream as well. We started at 5:30. as the shop closed, I tried doing a stream, but it was just insane to keep up. That's one of the busiest times of our day here. Global time zones are what they are, and I can't really do much about that. I do this each day at the time when I'm available to do it, not because it's convenient for somebody else. I'm sorry. This is just the only window of opportunity for me each day. Because this hair's a bit messy here. We shouldn't make all this hair too neat and clean. This lady is not taking care of her hair at the moment. She's busy. And if the hair looks a bit tangled and mussed up, that's par for the course here during this activity, I think. So there's a line to be drawn here about how neat to make this hair and how tangled up to make it. I still want the lines to be nice. They're a bit tangly here, but at least the lines themselves are clear and clean. Any news on the upcoming YouTube video? People keep asking this. I might be doing it tonight. I don't know. I might be doing it tonight. It's pretty much all ready. I've got the intro now ready, intro script ready. I've got all the props ready, and it's now just a step. I might be doing it tonight, shutting the shop. Instead of opening the shop tonight, I might do the video tonight. Put the camera up over there, get the lights here. It'll be a test run. Get a problem with the echo in the room. It's a problem. Might be doing it tonight. The staff training on the microwave was impossible. Yesterday was bizarre in the shop. Busy. We thought we were going to have just one party. We ran parties all day long, and they booked out again today. We're booked all day through today. News on the octopus. I'm working on it right now. This is the Octopus Print. It's a nice feeling, to have people care about what I'm doing and watching what I'm doing and waiting for what I'm doing, but Actually, no, the schedule today was not supposed to be working on this Octopus Print. There was something else came up, and Sugusan, printer Sugusan, has been working on the new Ukiyo Heroes print, the one Jed calls Times Burned Bright, the campfire image, the group of Chrono Trigger characters gathered around a campfire. And I postponed for years taking on that job, but now that the Kickstarter campaign fulfillment is pretty much behind us, we've got some staff available for it, so we've taken on the job. Johnson has been carving it, the block set is basically ready, and over the past week or so, Sugu-san has been working on test printings. And she's done 3 test batches, starting at the beginning, working through all the blocks. The first test batch was just to make sure the blocks were sort of in printable condition. Then she started trying to, improve the colors in a way. And a few days ago, I think I mentioned this, she and Chonsan came to me with it would have been the second test batch. And they asked for my approval to go ahead and start the actual real printing. And I didn't give that, because it wasn't good enough yet. There's lots of things that I felt could be improved, and they were a bit disappointed. But when I sat there and showed them Jed's original again, and we pointed this, they both agreed that it wasn't ready. And that was a few days ago, and since then they've done another test batch. And I can't remember my days. Today's Friday. It must have been maybe yesterday morning. I don't know. She came downstairs and brought me the print. And within seconds of seeing it, I'm on the computer looking for Skype, trying to bang a button to call Jed. And when Jed did answer, it was his family time over in Utah in the evening. But the reason I interrupted his family time was because the print she brought me, it looked just fabulous. I just had to wake Jed up and do it and show him. It looks great. This is going to be the best Ukiyo Heroes print we have ever made. Absolutely. And you can quote me or hold me to that or whatever. It looks great. Now what's going on? The colors have come together. The way to make the dark corner look really deep and dark, the way to make the campfire glow, the light falling on people's faces around the campfire. It's just everything is coming together on this one. And I think it's going to look so much nicer than Jed's Photoshop mastering, I think, because it's got woodblock attractiveness. Anyway, I gave him the go-ahead to start it, so she prepared her paper, and this morning she was going to print the key block. But there was still a problem in that Chonsan has carved the key block a little bit shallow in quite a lot of places. His style and my style are quite different. And there were a lot of places where even after she's just printed 4 or 5 copies of the test, the key block is so shallow in places that it starts to make black marks here and there. And there's no way she can go ahead and make an edition of 50 or 60. There would be black blobs everywhere. So she and I agreed yesterday afternoon when she left that would be my job this morning. That during this morning's stream, I would spend the hour and a half touching up the key block, carving a little bit deeper in some of those places where she thought it was going to impact the design. So that's where we left it last night. And as it was all wrapped up last night, that was going to be my plan for today's stream. Touch-up work on the Times Burned Bright key block. For those guys, during the evening, they started sharing emails, Sugu-san and Chon-san and Dei-chan, the printer upstairs. And Chon-san heard about this plan, and he says, no way. If it's too shallow, I'm going to get in there and fix it myself. So during the night, they sent a bunch of emails, and I can see in my email box, like 2:30 in the morning, there's an email from him saying, Bosan, don't touch that block. I'm going to do it. I'll be there at 8 o'clock. So he was here like about 15 minutes before the stream started. He's banging on the door. Give me the block, give me the block, give me the block. Don't you dare start it yourself. So, okay, no problem. I get it. He wants to be the person to carry it through and get it done. So he's upstairs right now. He's upstairs on his carving bench, which is up on the 3rd floor. And he is beavering away, trying to fix those parts of the key block that are carved just a little bit too shallow. He really thinks himself that he thinks it's okay and that we are being a bit too critical and that she can print a bit more carefully. But I have to disagree with him. No, I know the printer cannot be always worried about being just perfectly, and a tiny bit too much pressure will cause trouble. We need blocks that are easily printable, not just theoretically perfectly printable, We need blocks that are production blocks, that you put them in production and go, 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 go. And Chonsan's blocks are not always like that. They're theoretically nice. They look beautiful. They're oh so nice, but they're too shallow for production work. And I've got the experience and he doesn't, and I'm the one paying the paychecks and he's not, so back it went. Chonsan, it needs to be deeper. Carve it deeper, please. So that's what's going on right now. She's going to be coming at 9:30 to start printing, and he at the moment is upstairs working on deepening out the shallow areas of the key block. But crap, it looks good. Hopefully it looks good. Why is the angle of a carving and printing bench different? It's human anatomy. You know, carving bench like this, we sit, I don't know if you can see it. This is a carving bench. We sit on it. The angle is a bit like this, just so my arm can sit here, and we carve as we lean forward. There's no power or strength in it. It's just a question of angle. The printing bench is down because we lean forward in it. We need to push, 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 and put power into it against our belly. It's just a question of the human anatomy and two different kinds of jobs. The carving job doesn't require any application of power. It requires comfortable sitting. The printing job is a power job, and it's the angle of your hand going down towards your belly. There's the garbage crew outside. We put out a ton of garbage this morning or last night because I know now that we've moved the shop down to the first floor, we've started the renovation work up on the second floor, the new office for Cameron San, and the new printing space. I guess I don't know what you know about that. I don't know. We're building a new printing space up on the third floor. This wasn't something that we had planned on doing in the near future, but did we talk about this last week? Ayumi-san visited, the printer who went off to have a baby a while ago. Ayumi-san dropped by one day last week and said, "I'm ready to go, guys. Do I have a working space where I can partly take care of my baby and partly work?" We said, "Give me 5 minutes for the hammer and we'll get to it." So Ayumi-san was up there yesterday trying to work out how to build a kind of a space for her, where to build it. And we hadn't planned on this at all, but if she wants to get going, we want to get going. So he's built a sort of a partial space for her right now. The kid so far is only 3-4 months old, so the kid's not mobile, so we're going to do this in a flexible way. She wants a workspace with a place right next to it where the kid can sleep and or feed and or whatever. And then thinking forward X months in the future, when the kid gets a bit more mobile, we'll have to work out a bit of a different variation on it. That's what he was up to yesterday, trying to work out a workspace for Ayumi-san so she can come back to work. She's only going to do, very, very, very short hours, no large projects at the beginning. We'll see how it goes. And I'm pretty happy with this. I didn't realize she was going to get bored with being a mother at home quite so quickly, but I don't know. I'm just going to keep quiet and enjoy the benefits of it. What's this question? What motivates you to keep drawing? You're asking the wrong guy. Perhaps you're misunderstanding. I'm not the artist here. I don't draw. I'm tracing today. I'm a carver doing a tracing job, getting ready for a carving project. I'm not an artist and I don't do drawing, so I think you're perhaps asking the wrong person. I don't create work here. What you're seeing me doing today here is a technical tracing job, getting ready for carving. Is this visible? I think it is. I've got the pad myself twisted around. I think it's okay. The screen doesn't twist. So. I think part of Amy's situation too is due to the fact that her husband is a policeman and she really doesn't see him all that much. He's certainly not he certainly can't help with taking care of the child. He's a policeman, so he's out. He's on all kinds of shifts and all kinds of hours. And a policeman now these days in Japan, it's almost a job from hell, because anytime something goes on, they're all called up to duty, the security problems. And as we get closer to the Olympics, he literally will not see his family for sometimes on weeks on end. So she's pretty much on her own taking care of the kid. And her family lives up in Hokkaido. She comes from Hokkaido herself. So she's on her own. So as it turns out from our point of view, that's fine. She's feeling that Mokuhankan is a place where she can get companionship and assistance and care with the baby. That suits us just fine. The other girls here just can't wait to get their hands on that kid to help Aimi-san. So if Aimi-san is here working partly printing and the kid starts crying or whatever, there are 3 or 4 or 5 hands who are just eager to sit there and help them. So we'll see. It will be a disruption, of course, but it will also bring us benefit, I think. So we'll just take it as it comes and see how it goes. We have to be careful about the environmental things. Sometimes up on the 3rd floor it's a bit hot. We have a new air conditioning printer's room, but not in a room next to it. So we'll see how it goes. Look at this tangle. 8:42. We should be getting somebody dropping in the door here soon, right? Cameron should be showing up, I think. What is today too? Today's Friday. Daytime won't be here today. Cameron will be here. He's busy right now. It's the early days in the month, so for Cameron, the early time of the month, it's billing for subscription prints. It's the payroll thing. Payroll happens over this next couple of days. That's getting so scary for me now, I guess. So scary. Our payroll now, in terms of American dollars, our payroll is now well over $25,000 a month. I'm just in shock every time I see this get closer. I can't believe this is actually happening. 25 grand per month just for the payroll, and then there's the new rent for the shop, and this. Oh, what am I doing? You know? That's before we pay for prints, before we build stuff, before we make things. Just 25 grand just to pay people to hang around here. He just writes the checks, you know, and he doesn't blink as long as I've made sure that there's money in the bank, you know. We're okay, it's balancing still. We're actually, again, this year it seems we'll be profitable. There will be money. At the rate we're going now, we're bringing in more than we're spending still. We're careful with expenses. We're not really spending any money now that we don't have to. Money for us now, it's payroll and rent and utilities, that kind of basic stuff that now doesn't change. And on top of that, I spend money at the dealer auctions and auctions buying prints for the flea market. And that's the one that's easy to control. That's a tap I can close anytime. And for the past few weeks, that tap has been closed because I was really nervous about being able to make payroll this month. So I shut off purchases. That's part of the way that I can control the cash flow of this business. I can't change people's salaries month by month, but I can stop buying prints. But if I stop buying prints for too long, the stock in the shop just goes down and down and down. And we lose sales at some point. So. And then the other big purchase, I've got to put in an order now for another batch of paper, and that'll be another like $10,000 or so. So trying to schedule those purchases is another way to control the cash flow. But it's the payroll, that's the scary one for me. Just, whatever was it, 6 years ago, it was just me, with no payroll, zero, just me. My house was paid for, expenses were next to nothing, and now, it's okay, different concept, of course. I'm not sure, is this solid black or are there marks in there? That's amazing. This is the Apple Pencil. This is an Apple iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. Software is a program called Pixelmator, which is a kind of Photoshop clone. Nothing dramatic, and all I'm doing is basically tracing. It's an Apple Pencil. Uproot myself at 60, yeah. So this is the whole thing. Most people, when they get to 60, they're sort of settling down a bit and closing things off, and beach and golf and whatever. And at 60, I had a really nice quiet life, and now I've got this. It's okay, it's okay. It's a self-inflicted wound, if that's what it is. It was funny again yesterday. The first, I don't know, the first person who was in a print party, and he may be here today again, I don't know. You remember yesterday was a Twitch streamer said, I'm going to go to Mokonkon for a print party. He was here yesterday. I heard the party was great. He did lots of shopping. Thank you very much for the support, you know. And I think he said, you know, we were one of the, coming to see us was one of the major attractions, one of the major reasons for coming to Japan, you know. And while he was here, the other people that were in the shop, it just seemed to happen. Everybody said the same thing. Wow, I'm here in Mokuhakan. This is why I came to Japan, to see this place, you know. And I'm like, this is why you came to Japan, to see this place. Out of all the millions of things to do in Japan, the 125 million people and the huge age-old culture and everything else, you know, that people would come here to see us is kind of my brain can't quite grok that, you know. We were having a conversation with the girl who was talking about the TV program. She's not from NHK, but the one who was thinking about making a program for NHK's Perspectives. And during the conversations, I was asking her, who else are you talking to? What else are you seeing? What else are you finding for this program idea? You know, people who are doing interesting stuff in Japan, you know. And as part of that conversation, there's a guidebook on the table here, the Lonely Planet guidebook for Japan and for Tokyo. We've got the newest one sitting on the counter. We refer to it all the time. People are always asking us for ideas about places to see and stuff. Anyway, the Lonely Planet guidebook's on the table. I can't remember who started the conversation. It was her or me, picked it up, you know. And the Lonely Planet guidebook for Japan has an article on us. It's about, whatever, 2 inches deep or whatever, and there it is. And it mentions Dave Bull and blah, 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 and Ukiyo Heroes and Make a Woodblock Print. Okay, fine, that's what guidebooks are for. That's it. But when you think about it, there's, whatever, 125 million people here in Japan. There's age-old culture. There's Mount Fuji. There's, you know, the Japanese things to see and whatever. And there I am in it. And one of the things that Lonely Planet is saying, one of the things they've picked out of all the stuff on this island to promote to the world and say, come and see Japan, out of all those inherently native Japanese old-fashioned things, like Mount Fuji and whatever, there's also, it says, Dave Bull. And I'm not explaining it very well, but this is such a strange thing for me to see, that how can I explain myself? I'm not a visitor here. I am part of this country now. It seems, you know, people come to Japan to see Mount Fuji and the people in Kyoto and the Shinkansen bullet train and eat the sushi and come to Mokuhakan and make a woodblock print. And it sort of bent my head, bent my brain when the conversation went this way yesterday, you know. 30 odd years ago, 32, 33, 34 years ago, I stepped off the plane with a little half-empty backpack and a baby on my back and no money in my pocket, nothing. And now I'm one of the things that people see and do when they come to Japan. I don't even understand what I'm saying. You know, it's just such a bizarre sort of twist in the way the world works. You know, I don't even know how to say it. If you had written the script 32 years ago, okay, here's my plan, here's what I'm going to do. I mean, come on. Anyway, enough of that. I think this here is pretty much solid black. Sometimes, as we saw, I don't know if you can see it, there's these faint black lines in here which indicate that's glue. So there was a white curve carved. But I don't think there's any in here. It's hard to tell. There's some obvious white ones, but other than that, I think that might be it. So let's see. Here we go. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is Suga-san already here printing?
No, but she can't because.
Oh yeah, things are getting touched up.
Yeah, but I was going to do that from 8 o'clock. That was the plan for the stream this morning, 8 to 9:30. I was going to work on the key block, and she's booked to come at 9:30. I get an email. It's like 2:30 in the morning from Chon-san saying, "I'm going to do it. I'll be there at 8 o'clock." So.
Was he here at 8
o'clock?
Yeah.
He and Rei-chan came like 10 minutes before 8 o'clock or so.
Wow.
He came in, where's the block? So I gave it to him. He's upstairs.
All right.
I get it. He wants to make sure he did it himself.
Yeah.
So
okay. Cool. I think just in discussion with Lei yesterday, I just said like, oh, there's one more spot that they want to touch up before she can go, and so she must have told him.
It's not one more spot. It's a lot.
Well, I didn't know
it's
any of the
too shallow
details.
all over. It's hours and hours of work. I doubt he can finish it by 9:30.
Okay. Well, I didn't know any of the details. I just happened to mention that there was more.
12:49. Dead Steve. Cameron will burst through the door in 3 minutes. 12:49. Must be his time zone. His time zone. Whatever.
There.
And then here we are. Cameron burst through at 12:52.
All right.
I'm talking about my haircut. Oh, whatever.
Why do they care?
You better get the Omega the haircut. You got to look nice. I don't know. I think, do people care really? Do people come in and think, "Oh, geez, Dave's hair is such a mess"? I don't think people think that. You know, I don't know what I see, what other people see. I don't know, but I've missed. There's lots of conversation. I haven't seen here. It's been zipping by pretty quickly. So.
As soon as I get here, I'm sure they'll all be quiet. So that's how it tends to go.
Where you go sit?
Good morning, everyone. Jabroni 2000 says, "You look good, Dave." There you go.
You know, I mean,
others are jumping in the same way.
If I just said I don't care, it sort of sounds a bit wrong. That's wrong. You know, just I don't care anymore. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say. You know, whether people look attractive or ugly or whatever, it really actually doesn't seem. It's the eyes and the light in your eyes, or the approach, or what you say, or what you do.
Huh. Yeah, not your haircut.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not the haircut. It's whatever. You know. Yeah, I know it's too messy. Whatever. I don't know. It's clean. I washed it this morning.
Yeah,
it's clean. And because I washed it this morning, there's hair falling all over this place. Luckily, I'm not printing today. But we had that one. You probably didn't see it while I was doing sizing. No, I was pressing paper upstairs the other day, and hair. I'd just come out of the shower, and hair was falling all in. If I miss it, it goes under the press, and you've got a
nice line
pressed into the paper. You know, so. Clearly, I'm losing it now faster than I don't know.
Sathon says, "Hey, I hope you survived the Patreon purge. Was there a Patreon purge? Have you heard anything about that?"
Well, some months ago, half a year or so.
Right, half a year ago I knew
know.
about.
There's something going on that I don't know about.
Was there a new one? We knew about, what was it, March?
I
February?
have not been good at keeping personal contact with the Patreon people.
Right.
I'm well over a month now with no video.
Wow.
So I don't know. Is there something I don't know about?
Say in the last few days, some people lost 50% of their subscribers.
In what way? People quitting or
Are they quitting, or were they all bots and getting purged, like cleaned up?
Bots, because people are paying. They're not bots.
Okay, so I'm just going to go take a quick look.
But I am very delinquent in keeping the Patreon people in good contact. I'm very delinquent in that.
But we do send them the prints every month.
Yeah,
so in that way,
not every patron, every print.
No, but
I'm delinquent. I should be in contact more often and keeping your face and then letting them know thank you. I'm really delinquent in that. So if we've lost a few more this month than we should have done, it's my fault for not keeping in touch. You know? Looks
like we're pretty much where we have been.
It's what, 503 or something, or
508? Suga-san's here. おはようございます。今チョンさんが掘り直しています。
チョンさんがやってくれてんの？
夜の間にメール入ったんですけど、チョンさん、私やります。そう、今日7時半ぐらい入って、今ウェブやってます。
本当ですか？
プラスマイナスね、僕を掘ると結構深く掘りますが、彼がまた浅いかもしれないんですが、
そうですね、
本人がやりたいと。
そっか。
ちょっと強く言ってください。
わかりました。そうですね。
今、紙60枚？
60枚ですね。
60の中に、 不要に
どんど
なら
ん出て
ないように、
きちゃったらね、もったいないですもんね。
ちゃんと一応言ってください。
わかりました。
ナイスガイですが、仕事は仕事です。
はい、
そう
わかりました。
周りも、この辺もね。
そうですね、周りがね、落ちてくるんですよね。溜まってくるから、周りにね。
今上でやってました。
あ、わかりました。ありがとうございます。
で、すり始めましたら、読んでください。
読みます。わかりました。
お願いします。
Have you done test shooting already? Or
A
just
little bit,
thinking
yeah.
about it?
No, I've done some.
Have you got something we can put into iMovie and check and test and see for lighting and focus and whatever?
Yeah.
Because I really want to do a good video here.
Yeah.
So if rather than just have you start from cold,
Right.
I really want to make sure.
That's why
Okay.
during it, I want to get some from the beginning of her batch just so I can use those for
Yep,
further
okay,
testing
okay,
and then get
okay.
the good ones
Well,
later on.
it's all
in the
gonna
batch.
happen.
Yeah. Well, she said she can't print anything until he finishes.
But the one color will happen today. Period.
Right,
You can't come
yeah.
back tomorrow. And
No,
finish
no,
it.
no.
It's all happening in one day.
Yeah.
And once you start
Just
colors,
review
it'll be.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've done.
The point being, we can't go back. If you've missed it, you've missed
a color,
catching,
then we've
you've
missed a
it.
color.
We're done,
Yeah.
so.
Mm-hmm.
You can maybe tell them what we're doing here. Though.
Yeah.
I was chatting earlier about Times Burn Bright, and we're definitely going to do a video on this, a step-by-step process video.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameron is a man. Cameron and Sugi-san together are going to, she's going to print and he's going to shoot it.
Yeah. Yes, people are saying Patreon changed their HQ for billing, so a bunch of credit card companies thought it was fraud, so they declined it. But we didn't have any issues, so.
What happened was they have changed their business model in an optional way. People who are creators on Patreon now, at the moment it's been only when people sign up to be a supporter, they get billed on the 1st of every month.
Right.
And for some people who are have a big video channel that's available only to Patreon members, that's no good. People will sign up on the 3rd of the month, have free access for the whole month, and then they'll disappear before the 1st of the month when the billing kicks in.
Right.
So there has been a lot of misuse from that point of view. It doesn't affect us.
Yeah.
So what Patreon has now finally set up is an option for creators to have people billed at the moment they sign up. I forget the system they call it. And they sent me an email a few weeks ago saying, "Hi, do you know about this? This is on. If you want to activate it on your account, go ahead." I do not.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything about it. But I think this month maybe a whole lot of people did activate this. So perhaps there's been a change here. I don't know. I hope they can get it worked out because
it's a great system when it works.
I myself am a Patreon of a couple of campaigns, not a whole lot, 2 or 3 of them, and it feels good to be helping somebody like that.
Yeah.
Very small, and you don't even notice it dribble out. $5 a month or something. So, what makes me nervous are the people who pledge a bit too much, and it's really sort of a punch in their account. And that way, if I haven't made enough videos during the month, I feel I'm really delinquent. Man, they've got no value for me at all. So for me, I'm not trying to steer people or say anything bad here, but it's easily comfortable for me when we have more people at a lower level than having larger people. I mean, fewer people giving a large amount because it feels more like I'm not living up to my responsibility properly. But I don't know if everybody has their own resources and what is cheap or not expensive to them. So of course, so I can't tell.
Oh wow. Satan, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it says it was a bit worse than you were describing. Patreon was flooded with bots which would auto sign up to a creator, download everything, all the digital products that person was offering, duplicate it to another site, and then unsubscribe before any bills went through.
Oh, I see. So what we're talking about? What digital?
Just
digital, but it's mostly video access, isn't it? Digital assets. I'm not sure what we're talking about.
No, they just say download everything, so it could be
download everything.
Videos, but I bet some people offer mods for games, like to add new characters to them or things like that. So people would download everything, get it all for free, and then upload it to another website so others can get it for free. So it was
so it's not
pirating, essentially.
I see. So it's not a money thing. There's been no false charges and stuff. It's just... Okay. So it doesn't affect us at all.
Or any legitimate charges either, which is the problem.
So it doesn't affect us at all.
No,
Only in as much as if the Patreon system gets weakened, we're hurt because of that.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, I hadn't heard such news. I thought it was on top of things, but
saying art, like wallpapers or painting tutorials.
I see. So.
Lots of different stuff. That's too bad.
But again, when you think about it from a wider sort of point of view, what happened to our musician friends over the past few decades? Musicians used to have just live, if you go way, way, way back in the old days.
Yeah.
To be a musician meant you had to get jobs playing in front of people. They would pay you to make your music.
Yeah.
In a concert hall or a jazz club or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the thing called records and stuff came along, and all of a sudden musicians were making a living selling pieces of plastic.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because you could sell a whole lot of pieces of plastic, especially if you were popular.
Mm-hmm.
And they got used to that, in that was what it meant to be a musician, was to sell CDs or records or whatever, and live became what's important. But then because those things became digitizable and duplicable and
copy and
became
pasteable.
valuable, became valueless, their life model now is being forced to switch back to one of analog involvement, back to the jazz clubs or concert halls or whatever. And if that's not something that people want to do, then you're out of business.
Yeah.
So, and now these people who like a video tutorial or Photoshop tutorial or whatever, they've had the same thing. They've had these digital, they've enabled goods.
Yeah.
But the same problem is there. Those are easily clonable and will be cloned and will be stolen and will be distributed.
Yeah.
So it comes back to an analog business model. At the end of the day, all of the digital models have that kind of say weak point or tragic point in that they can be totally clonable, which makes them valueless.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what, I didn't plan this, but that's part of how we were able to survive here with 21 employees and doing this.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's an analog product that can't be cloned. The physical pieces of paper we send, the time, this is a performance this morning, it's not a cloned thing that can be, people are here sitting listening to a performance of some kind, if you look at it in that way. And we have to be willing to do that. I have to sit here and do this every morning. We have to physically make all these pieces of paper.
Yeah.
That's fine, we like doing it, but that is our business model.
Yep.
I like it. I'm an analog guy. I love it. I think people still have a hunger for analog and for touching things and for feeling things.
Yeah.
We are human beings.
Contrast. Those people that offer physical items are, much better positioned for obvious reasons, like you were just outlining.
Okay.
Can't copy and paste a woodblock print.
I'm not sure if I should be, everybody then should look around for an analog business model. Come on, get with it, people. If you can't find that, it's up to you. But is it silly to say that? I don't know. Can everybody make a living in analog? I don't think so. I don't know. And at the end of these conversations, it still seems to come back always to the same one. The value created by society should be mixed in a pot and shared around, the universal basic income. And on top of that, we can all do what we want to do. And if we want to end up making analog things and becoming a millionaire through it, go for it. If you don't, you can still eat if you're getting stuff that's going to get cloned and copied. We've got to work out a basic income for everybody first, I think. All right, we've come to the knot of hair. What have we done here? Let me get this. We're going to save the hairlines for the very last here. We've got most of the body of her head done here. We've got her, is it a bun or a knot? I don't know what it is in terms. And now we're onto the tail. And here we go. This is the long tail. Away we go. The long tail. So there's no way I'm going to be finished today. It's another day at least on top of this.
Wow.
So. Doesn't matter. It takes time. It's okay.
New t-shirt. I'm an analog guy. From Ken Hallett.
No, I'm a piece of meat. Whatever.
I'm a piece of meat.
What's the expression? I live in meat space. I forget. There's an expression about it. Meat space.
Meat space.
I live in meat space.
I live in meat space. Psycho Suika asks, well, there is a debate to be had there. Do you sell more of your easily clonable product or your analog handmade copies?
Analog handmade copies. I'm not sure what he's asking. Does he know what we
probably the woodblock prints, they're all analog handmade things that we sell.
That's how we make a living.
But ebooks could be copied and pasted, but compared to this, no, the woodblock prints far outsell the ebooks, I think.
I have ebooks as sort of just something that was fun to do.
Yeah.
I have no actual knowledge that they've been. in the early days after doing ebooks, I used to look around on torrent sites and stuff like that to see if they had been torrented and whatever.
Yeah.
And these days I don't even care, I don't check. But I actually have no sense that they've been widely copied.
Yeah.
It's just such trivial and a niche market stuff. You know?
Yeah.
For us, digital stuff is advertising. Our prints are all online in high resolution. And if somebody wants a high resolution, we send it to them. It doesn't matter. For us, it's
Print it out.
Yeah.
I guess he's saying that was a question to the ether, not to you specifically. Sorry, misunderstood. But it is an interesting question. But I think, at least in our situation, the digital products, the YouTube videos, are watched by millions. We haven't sold millions of any individual print. So those aren't sold, though. Those are given away for free. So, of course, they're being experienced by a lot more people. But physical products are definitely selling a lot more than the digital ones.
I don't want to do this thing. You make woodblock print tutorials and sell them on DVD and stuff like that. No way. I'm not interested in that at all. You know. For me too, it's partly, I don't want to charge people for asking me how to do stuff. I mean, I was able to learn how to do this because of the openness of people who were able to do it and who showed their stuff. And if I sort of close my hands and, you've got to pay me before you see that, give me a break. Give me a break. So no, I wouldn't in any way want to try and monetize the teaching. I understand that there are people called teachers. It's their job. They need to get paid, so that they get paid to be a teacher and go home. I get that.
Yeah.
But not in something like this field, like this. Asuka Sensei, he has classes. He accepts fees for them. His students pay him a fee to come and study there.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's his business model. He's got to pay the rent, and they are happy to pay him for the time he spends with them. But I don't see myself in that sense,
Yeah.
And he may be someone in the back of his mind, David keeps giving this stuff away for free. He's telling them what to do. It hurts his business model. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't, You can't try and monetize information like this. My God. It's fine. People who are willing to pay him fees to be taught, that's fine. That works as a business model, and our thing works too. Information wants to be free, whatever it is they've captured.
Ken Hallett had a request. Could you, when you've got a moment, zoom out and show the hair with just the white background with the red? Because it shows the much cleaner lines here. You can see so much stuff. Looks very nice, smooth, clean. Cool.
Reasonably
let me, I'm going to move the other videos screen so that they can see it better.
Okay, we got trouble now moving that back. Okay, good luck on that. You're in trouble with Dead Steve now.
Okay.
Because if you don't get it back to the pixel perfect line, you're in trouble. You could have just temporarily hidden it. You could have turned it off. But,
I guess that would make sense. Okay, there we go.
We were chatting about it earlier, her hair. It's a mix of nice, delicate fineness and tangle. I mean, this woman is involved in sex with an octopus. Her hair is not. we need a rough tangledness to her hair, obviously, So if I'm too careful to smooth this out and make this beautiful, it doesn't quite match what this thing's all about. But still, the curves are smooth curves. So I'll be back. You have to keep this in mind all the time. What is this all about? Why am I here? What is this for? What is the end purpose of what we're doing? Because it's easy to look at a detail and think, this hair should be perfect, And
I know the windows are separated by a small gap, but they're the same height.
It doesn't have snap to that program, so I can't get them to line up. And the trackpad, whenever you let go of the trackpad, it moves by a couple of pixels.
You've upset Steve, Cameron.
Yeah, is Steve here or not?
Yes, they said the camera windows are separated by a small gap, Mr. Cameron. It's like,
over to you. I'm on
Yep.
it this day. I had him lined up. You want to muck with it? You live with the consequences.
that's all right. I can take it.
Yeah, at the moment he's fixing the rope around his neck
Yeah.
already. You know?
Oh,
he,
no.
can't continue. So.
You should increase the gap by just a bit more, just for Steve. How thoughtful. Do you want them to be the same height or be next to each other? You can't have both.
Actually, this morning I thought we were in trouble because the sketch that I'm doing here pops up above the other two windows.
Yeah.
And what I wanted, the software here, I wanted that thing to pull the top down, but it won't. It always maintains the same aspect ratio. So I can't pull the top down without shrinking in the sides. It won't let me adjust the size of the window. It's always got to be the same aspect ratio as the source.
Got it.
So, too bad. Yeah. But that bothered me this morning.
Now they're all hassling Steve. Like, you just make one slightly larger than the other, or the gap between the cameras is too straight. Give it some feeling.
He started this. It's his own fault. He started it.
But I don't think this is the first time OCD has come up on the stream this week.
No, we were talking about the concrete cracks on the sidewalk. So
Yeah.
I think what did somebody say? Dave seek therapy.
Yeah, you need to.
It's too late.
You need to
66
seek
years,
help from a
it's too late.
professional.
It's too late.
Do you avoid the cracks on the sidewalk?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
It's too late to get help at 66 years now. I am what I am.
Yep.
You take the good with the bad.
Yeah. It's getting worse. Make sure you rotate some of the prints behind you. Worse than I've already done.
I think they were counting what days since Owl on stream or something.
Yeah.
But since we've been sitting here, it's every day because it
Pretty
shows up
much.
behind you or something. I don't know. I wasn't too worried
You
about
might have to turn it a little bit. And there's the owl.
Who's in today? It's Teiko-san and Koizumi-san, is it? I don't know who's the...
Is that her this week? Okay.
There should be three. I don't know who the third one is.
It's not Kawai-san yet. He usually starts on
No,
Saturday,
it's on
right?
Saturday.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Is it Ray again?
No, I don't think so. She said see you next week when she
Okay.
left last night. We might be just two. I know Ishikawa-san's had trouble. Now we're getting into summer and we're getting a pinch. It's hard to get staff all the time because they do their own holidays and vacations and stuff.
Yeah.
And coming into August, it's real trouble.
With the Obon holiday season that a lot of people take off.
Especially only the women with families.
Of course, yeah.
So I'll be doing a lot of double shifting here. Doing print bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Next few weeks. Today payday or is it Monday? Most of the checks going to work today, or is it because it's
think-
weekend. I don't know.
Depends on how much time spent doing videos as well. I think I'd like to get as much done as possible today.
It's not decided though.
No.
There's enough, right, in the bank?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're safe.
We just chatted about it earlier on the stream. I get this every month. I'm like, we're literally around $25,000 US or something for the payday. I've got a 25 grand payroll to meet every month. You know, it's still a shock for me.
Yeah.
6 years ago, it was zero.
Wow.
I still can't believe it.
Growing fast.
The expense side is going fast. No, it's okay, I guess. I shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, right.
I sent Ken's print back, by the way, yesterday.
Oh, okay.
The girls mailed it off. So.
Oh, great. It's on the way. Unfortunately, Dead Steve, even the Earth's orbit around the sun is off-center. And then a link to a NASA website explaining it.
It can't be aligned properly.
Yeah. And we're a little tilted too. What is it, 23 degrees? 26? I can't remember.
That kind of stuff doesn't bother you. It's the little ones that are off that are the bothersome.
Got it.
This woman has a lot of hair, doesn't she? I was thinking it was going to be a day's job to do this. It's not. I'm sorry. There is a lot of hair here.
But nothing like that Okada print.
Okada Yoshio. Yeah.
Yoshio, that's...
Yeah. I was looking at those again last night, getting ready for the video. You know, I've
Right.
pretty much got the sketch for the video worked out.
Oh, great.
Not a script, but what do you call it? A script
Outline,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
The basic gist of what you want to say.
Yeah.
That's great. But
I have a problem because one of the problems I've got, the last one I did, the Rambo story, the ecosystem story, we did it downstairs on the outside wall. I put my bench there, put the camera up on the wall, and I put the little hints, the script outline hints, I stuck them on the wall.
Right.
And now the wall is too far away and I can't see, so I've got to figure out how to... I don't want to use a teleprompter for it. I don't want to read a script. I want to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do it completely from scratch, from zero.
Right.
I need little guidelines, like maybe people would use a little index card or something.
Just leave your iPad on the desk with a couple notes
Well, I
written
was
on
thinking,
it.
that's one thing I was thinking, how should I do this? Maybe if I just actually did that, if I kept the iPad on it with some notes on it. And when people are giving speeches, they do that. You know, you look down to your index card, and people are saying you're not reading it.
Yeah, you don't grab the iPad and read the whole thing on the video. But
So actually, that might be one way that I think about to try this, you know. So, because I need help to keep the stream, the stream of thought together.
yeah.
But I don't want to read the script.
Mm-hmm.
And all the pieces are now ready and waiting for me. The outline is done. All the props are here. Okada-san's prints, my diary from 1982. A letter
The travel diary?
Yeah, the travel
that
diary.
one's so cool.
I've got the letter from Okada-san. And of course, you know, the blocks, stuff like that. So everything's ready. It's just waiting for me now to just
Sit down and
do it. Yeah. And partly too, the other problems, I used to do those videos in the evenings, but now we're open in the evening, so I'm gonna have to just shut the door. You know, forget the evening sales for one day, close the door, let the people bang on the door, whatever. And, no, we're closed. And just do the video.
Contest, just put it in the size 86 font on the wall across the room.
Well, otherwise there's not enough room, and you know, once you do that, then you start running out of space pretty quickly. So, so. And one idea was to use the teleprompter, but not with a written script. Use the teleprompter with the hints.
Yeah.
And just page down through it. So put a page of hints up there, point 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the time I knew to get to the end of those, telling my blah, blah, blah story, just click the button and jump down to the next page. So I'm using the teleprompter, but not reading from a script.
Right.
So that's another option.
Yeah.
And then the room echo. I don't know what to do about the room echo. Just
Uncle Ernie had an idea. Says, is there a folding screen to put notes on? It might help with the sound echo. So use this one or the one from upstairs. That might hold some of the sound closer to you. I don't know if it would actually work, but tape the notes onto that and
put it closer.
And put it closer to you so that the sound doesn't make it all the way to the wall, or it's not as much. I don't know.
I also have to remember I've got a light bar that has to stand there. There's got to be light on because the natural light is showing. I mean, the normal light is nowhere near enough.
Yeah, it's
I need
pretty dim.
What have we got? I forget what it's called. It's all just lights in an umbrella thing. I don't know.
Just a lighting rig of some kind.
And that's got to have clear throw towards me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just time to forget worrying about it and just get trying it.
Yeah.
Work it out. So.
Folding screen with either cork or covered in a material could absorb the sound and deaden it a bit. Maybe like a blanket or something.
You need an awful lot of it here. I mean, the room itself is so live.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're about to find out. You know. One way is do it in post, after the thing's in the can. iMovie that we've been using doesn't allow me to do much audio processing, but now that we've got Final Cut Pro, I would assume that it allows me to do a lot better audio processing in post. So if the audio is too echoey, can that be taken away in post? I don't know. I don't have enough experience.
Koizumi-san. I don't think they all got the memo, because yesterday they did that too.
Talk to them again.
Okay. Ohayou gozaimasu.
小
泉さん、
はい。
シャッター開けるときに棒を使ってください。ゆっくり開けてください。
わかりました。棒を使って。
今日何人？テコさんと、
はい。
テコさんと、
はい、僕だけです。二人。
2人。OK。はい。
Quitting got me. He wrote in response to what he said about the shutter going up too fast. Said, we don't want the shutter graphics to be messed up, right?
So this is exactly right.
Indeed.
It doesn't matter yet, but I want to train everybody the right way.
Yeah.
It's going to just get scratched to crap, So so train them right now, even before there's graphics on.
Hang up some futon. Photography joke. He should lower his shutter speed. Yep.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, we've got another good one from earlier, but I avoided it just for you. They're all congratulating Dead Steve for the shutter speed joke. I don't.
He's doing okay, Koizumi-san. No? He's
Yeah.
come from 0 with us and he's doing print parties now. He's
Yeah.
doing okay.
It's good.
Yesterday they had a real strong rotation going. Rei-chan did one of the parties by herself. She
Oh, wow.
ended it from 0.
Nice.
And then Hosono-san did one and Teiko-san did one. They rotated and
Wow.
all the guests seemed to enjoy themselves properly and have a good time.
Good.
I didn't do any of the parties. I actually got a bunch of work done yesterday.
Yeah. Some more progress on that, on the video planning, right? Is that
And then just the other work that had to be done. There's checking prints,
Yep.
whatever.
Lots
I
of
just
prints.
chewed through lots of jobs yesterday.
Yeah. That is some seriously long hair.
I suppose we should think about wrapping up, sir. I should get out
Yep.
there. There's only 2 staff in the shop today, so.
10 seconds before 9:30.
Hey, wait.
Nobody guessed.
No, wait a minute. But look, I got a clock.
Oh, okay,
My
okay,
iPad screen with a
okay.
clock in
Alright.
front of me. So please, none of this. Dave has an internal clock. I'm staring at a clock on this
Alright.
iPad screen. So please,
Got it.
I'll take credit for stuff that
Yeah.
that I need credit for, but please
Not this one.
don't do this. Dave
Okay.
has some built-in tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick. It doesn't work like that. No, so.
All right.
All right, what are we doing here? Okay, so the plan is today is Friday, right?
That's cheating, Dave. Yep, today's Friday.
Today's Friday, so there's at least a few more days. We're in the middle of our streaming week, so the DOSA calendar is coming closer to me. I have to do sizing now. I can do sizing for Yamamoto-kun. It's another batch of Great Waves, and then
He's doing it?
He's doing it. So he doesn't know it yet, but he's doing it. So we're
Yeah.
going to send both batches of paper together. So.
Okay.
So maybe tomorrow morning, or maybe I don't know. And then the YouTube video, it's possible I could try it early one morning,
Yeah.
Just start doing it at 7, and then do a gorilla stream. Just start the stream camera at the side so we can watch. We might try that. I don't think so because I want to really. There's too much concentration on
Yeah.
the video. So tomorrow's stream may be continuation of this hair. It may be a sizing stream upstairs. I'm not sure. It'll probably be one of those 2 things. And then I can't see any farther than that. After this is done, it will be time to print this out and get carving on this one, of course. So that's coming up soon, and that will be days and days and days. All these blocks now, the yellow block, the black dot block, the green seaweed block is done. What else did I trace? I can't remember. Oh, the octopus box, of course. The 2 tones for the octopus box. So there will be weeks and weeks of carving coming up once we finish this box tracing. So we'll deal with that as it comes. For now, I better get to my daily routine. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you got those boxes aligned properly? I can just leave them? Or?
There's I think 2 pixels between them. I know, I ruined everything.
Signs off, please.
All right,
Thanks
so
very
we will
much.
see you next
Okay, again,
time.
thanks very much.
Thanks, everyone.
See you next time.